The most special padel event is here. A new World Championship is happening this week in Doha, Qatar. The best World Padel Championship in history with two clear favorites, Spain and Argentina. So which pairs will be in the final? Where can you watch the World Championship? How much does the champion win? Will Argentina or Spain take the win? Hello everyone, I'm Pablo and I welcome you to a new the4Set. The 17th World Padel Championship starts now. But first, subscribe to the channel to get all the updates on the most epic World Championship. Once again, Spain and Argentina are the top contenders to reach the final and fight for a new title. But what do they have to do to reach the grand final? Well, let's start with the basics. This World Championship brings together the 16 best national teams divided into 4 groups, which are as follows. Each team consists of 8 players, but since each duel is best of 3 matches, only 6 players can play each time. The national coach decides who plays, which pairs to form, and in what order. For example, you can put your best pair up first or save them for a possible third match. So it's practically a chess match and the lineup can make or break the tournament. The World Championship kicks off with the group stage over the first 3 days. The top 2 teams from each group move on to the quarterfinals, followed by the semifinals on Friday and the grand final on Saturday. The winning team will take home 90,000 euros while the runner-up gets 60,000. And great news, you can watch all the World Championship matches for free on the the4Set YouTube channel. Doha is hosting the World Padel Championship again after doing so in 2021. And if we compare, the most expensive ticket for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar costs 1,600 euros. But the most expensive ticket for the World Padel Championship is only 140. This tournament will be held in the same venue as the Premier Padel Qatar Major, where Coello and Tapia claimed victory this year. So it's an outdoor tournament where court conditions will vary significantly between day and night. So keep that in mind as we look at the potential lineups for the final, because it could be a game changer. But do you know which team has the most World Championship in history? Well, Argentina is the clear leader with 11 victories compared to Spain's 4. No other team has ever won a World Championship, so this year we will see if Argentina increases the gap or Spain narrows it. In the penultimate World Championship in 2021, also in Doha, Spain came out on top. Galán Coello and Paquito Lebrón won their respective matches and secured the victory 2-0. However, in the last World Padel Championship in Dubai in 2022, Argentina narrowly defeated Spain 3-1. There, Vela and Sancho sealed the win for Argentina. But this year, Vela won't be part of the team and said goodbye to the national team as follows.
Han sido 20 años, desde el 2002 hasta el 2022, defendiendo la selección argentina. No tengo palabras para describir lo que he sentido, lo que siento por la camiseta argentina y todo el cariño que me han dado ustedes. Me quedo con el triunfo, con el último triunfo disputando con la selección argentina en Dubái en el 2022, que nos dio el título de campeones del mundo.
¡Y somos campeones, carajo!
Before diving into details of Spain and Argentina, which other teams are strong contenders? Well, this year the UAE team has naturalized several Spanish players like Arnau Ayats and Íñigo Jofre, rising their level. But historically, Brazil has been the 3rd strongest team. But since Pablo Lima retired and took on the role of team captain, they only have Campagnolo and Bergamini as top players. My favorite, however, is Paraguay, with young players who train and compete in Spain like Mariano González, Facu Denique and Genaro Campuzano. Other teams like Italy, Sweden and Portugal are also strong and will be fighting for the 3rd spot. But right now, the gap between them and Spain and Argentina is still pretty wide. So now let's talk about Spain, the current World Championship runner-up. Spain's team this year includes Arturo Coello, Ale Galán, Juan Lebrón, Paquito Navarro, Mike Yanguas, Coqui Nieto, John Sanz and Alex Ruiz. The national coach is Juanjo Gutiérrez, that had some tough choices to make. Because there are absents like Garrido, Momo, Edu Alonso, Arroyo and even Cardona, but only 8 players can go. Though Spain is looking for revenge, the relationship between several players haven't been the best nowadays. It all started with a conflict in Doha between LeBron and Chozas, and then came the split between Ale and Juan. Actually, even LeBron talked about this in Acapulco.
Y sinceramente espero que lo hagan porque también hay un mundial y esperemos que también ese equipo vaya para adelante a lo largo del tiempo. Hay que controlar mucho las cosas que pasan dentro de la cancha, fuera de la cancha. Como ya dije, pedí disculpas y vuelvo a pedir disculpas por lo que pasó en el anterior torneo en Doha.
And if there's one player who will have to step up as captain in the World Championship is Paquito Navarro. I asked him about this situation a few weeks ago and Paquito was very honest.
Yo conozco personalmente a todos los integrantes de la selección, a unos más, a otros menos, pero te garantizo, y esto lo digo con la boca llena, que no hay ninguno que sea un mal tío, o sea, ninguno. Con todos puedes hablar, con todos puedes debatir, con todos puedes limar asperezas. Yo los conozco a todos y estoy convencido de que en esa semana vamos a ser 8 hermanos que se van a querer y van a querer lo mejor de España. Luego a la semana siguiente nos volvemos a insultar, a decir de todo, en pista, afuera, pero estoy convencido que esa semana vamos a ser 8 hermanos, así que España puede estar tranquila.
And when it comes to lineup choices, Juanjo has the final say, so we might see LeBron and Galán pair up again. Ale hint at this possibility during an interview with Relevo.
Puede hacerlo, pero ahora mismo LeBron está jugando de revés. Pero yo ya le he dicho al seleccionador, o cuando me han hecho esta pregunta, además Juan, que lleva jugando años en la derecha y ahora está haciendo el revés muy bien, yo creo que los dos no estaremos, o hablo por mí, como siempre hago, yo por el equipo juego desde el banquillo y animo, juego en la derecha, que no es mi lado, juego en el revés, lo que necesite para que el equipo gane.
However, Juanjo has ruled out seeing LeBron and Galán in the final lineup. Because according to him, LeBron has the ability to play on both sides, but he's here to play on the left. In response, Argentinian national coach Rodrigo Vide commented, I think LeBron will play on the right, but you never know what's going on with the player, the coach and the team. If Juan sees himself as a left side player and trains every day on that side, it makes sense. So do you think LeBron will play on the right or on the left in the final? Well, despite any team drama, Spain has many advantages that make them the favorite. First, it is a team that knows each other really well, and most, except for Chozas and the rookie John Sanz, were champions in 2021. Second, that individually Spain has the higher ranked players, because the only one outside the top 16 is Alex Ruiz, one of Juanjo's more controversial choices. So now, what pairs will Juanjo put together for the final? Let's see what Paquito and Coello have in mind.
Mira, para que la gente me conozca un poco, yo desde que empieza el año de Mundial hasta el día que se hace la final hago en torno a 2 o 3 mil alineaciones posibles de tanto Argentina con España, poniendo en hipotéticos casos a todo el mundo y comentándolo muchísimo porque me encanta y me hace muchísima gracia pensar posibles alineaciones, pensar posibles parejas que va a formar España contra Argentina, que Argentina pueda hacer que España le compliquen. Entonces hay tantas y tantas y tantas que creo que puede optar por una opción más, no sé, más conservadora, más de la de siempre, que es juntarme a mí con Ale, juntar a Paco con Juan, que al final son pareja durísima, y luego hacer un Coqui John Sanz o Chozas Coqui, son opciones. También creo que puede poner a Miguel perfectamente con Galán, que creo que es un parejón, y a mí con Juan, y luego poner a Paquito con John Sanz, también es una alineación bastante buena, y yo creo que las tres parejas podrían funcionar bastante bien.
Entonces pondría a LeBron Coello en la 1, pondría a Galán y Chozas y a Coqui John. Y Alex y yo a animar al equipo.
And here's my take for the first pair for the final, Paquito Coello. Yes, I believe Paquito Coello should be Spain's first pair for the final, especially given the faster court conditions. Paquito can cover the whole court while Arturo moves up to the net and close out points. Second pair, Galán LeBron. because in my opinion there is no better way to solve their problems than fighting for your country and a World Padel Championship title. Actually, LeBron can adapt to playing on the right side with Ale Galán almost at the moment. And third and final pair, Coqui Nieto, Mike Yanguas. Because remember, they played almost an entire season together and are both at their peak. A slower court suits Coqui's consistency and Mike's volleys and vivora, which could be crucial. But now it's time to talk about the current champion, Argentina. Argentina's lineup includes Agustín Tapia, Fede Chingoto, Franco Stupasuk, Martín Dineno, Sancho Gutiérrez, Leo Augsburger, Valentino Libaak and Alex Chozas, while their national coaches are Rodrigo Vide and Gaby Reca. But by far the most emotional decision for the nation was leaving Vela out. Actually, Vela bids farewell to the Argentinian national team after winning 6 World Championships. And Rodrigo Vide explained it, Vela's recent level wasn't what we were used to, and Chozas Augsburger were playing really well. And Vela, however, will still be a part of the team as a mentor because it is expected that he will arrive in Doha on the day of semi-finals and will be able to experience the World Cup from the inside to advise and support his teammates. Because one of the characteristics of this Argentinian team is that it has 3 rookies. They repeated the same team in 2021 and 2022, but now it is Maxi, Tello and Vela who leave their place for Leo, Tino and Alex. The 3 rookies are making their debut in Doha and that can be a lot of pressure, plus at least one of them will have to play in the final. Plus, Argentina has no lefty player on their team. But if there is something that always stands out about the Argentinian team is their unity in the World Championships. In fact, even Paquito highlighted like this.
Creo que hay algo en lo que Argentina sí que ha hecho históricamente mejor que nosotros y es amar y luchar a muerte por su selección, todos a una. Y este año no sé si les ganaremos, pero me gustaría por lo menos hacerlo igual de bien que ellos, ese sentimiento de hermandad y de selección.
In the past, we have seen how Stupa and Dineno returned to play together after 6 years without doing it in a World Championship. Or how Sancho and Vela, after separating as a pair, played together again and won the decisive point of the World Championship. There's no doubt that that passion is a plus, but which pairs will form in the final? Well, here I'm going to gamble, but taking into account that the final will start at 2 PM and the court will become slower. So, in my opinion, pair number 1, Leo Augsburger, Sancho Gutiérrez. As I said before, Argentina is forced to put one of the rookies who, a priori, will suffer the most pressure. And which is the match with the less pressure of all? The first one, because if you lose it, your teammates can still come back in the final. And at the same time, when is the fastest court? In the first match. So if we put all this together, it can make Leo Augsburger be more decisive than in a hypothetical third match. And in my opinion, he will be accompanied by Sancho, that is the most veteran player of the team, to bring him that experience. Second match, in my opinion, for Tapia and Chingoto. The 2 best Argentinian players of the moment united for the 2nd consecutive World Championship. Also in Dubai, they failed to beat Paquito and LeBron. The level of both has risen a lot since then. The court will be slower and Tapia could dominate thanks to Fede's work. And right now, there is no one more experienced than Agus and Fede this year in the Argentinian national team. And obviously, the third and final match for the Super Pibes. No one should doubt that Stupa and Dineno form a pair, and on the slower court in the final they will move like fish in water. Obviously, leaving the Super Pibes in the third match is risky because they might not get to play, but in my opinion it could be the best way to compete the 3 matches to the fullest. In my opinion, this World Championship is 50-50 and it will depend a lot on the lineups and the order of them on the day of the final. As a Spaniard, I will obviously cheer for Spain, but the most important thing is that at the end we can all see an extraordinary show and that the best team wins. Well, thank you so much for watching the video, don't forget to subscribe and see you in Doha.